Daniel and LionBlaze, round 2 of Pool A in the Fear Fest finale. $15,000 tournament, specifically $7,500 for the North American portion of the tournament. And both these players would love to come away with a big chunk of it. The top 4 is where the big bucks are at. You get $100 per match win in pool play. You get $150 just for making it into the playoffs. But once you get a win in the playoffs, that is where the big bucks are at, and you can come away one of the richest 1v winners that the game has ever seen. Daniel doing well in his first round. Daniel able to take down Cosmic. LionBlaze falling to Chronic. So Daniel 1-0 and LionBlaze 0-1. Crucial game here for LionBlaze, who doesn't want to put himself back against the wall when it comes to facing the new rank 1 North American, which is Cosmic. Daniel, of course, so dominant when playing against other North Americans. It's interesting. North America has always seemed to have a best player, and that best player handles the inner region matches with ease. You know, back when First Killer was dominating North American 1v1, no North American ever felt like they stood a chance against that player. And now it's Daniel. Daniel has taken over as the king of North America, and everybody seems to shudder at the thought of having to try and take him down. So we'll see if LionBlaze can do it today. LionBlaze up 1-0. They've had a few different recent matchups, and they've all gone in favor of Daniel. Chat, I believe, voted something like 95%, something crazy in favor of Daniel here today. And LionBlaze making them sweat. I think currently people are whining about the mods because as LionBlaze scores the first 2 goals, everybody is going in to throw their money on LionBlaze, which is honestly silly. You guys see that? Daniel just scored a goal. How does that make you feel now? I'll go ahead and end submissions, as that LionBlaze just got a bunch of extra votes just for getting 2 goals early. But there's a really good chance that those people who voted late just gave the Daniel fans more money. We'll have to wait and see, though. Daniel, actually a crazy pinch with LionBlaze off the back wall. Somehow too strong. Somehow so strong that he couldn't get back to it to make a shot. Which is normally not an issue from a play like that. Daniel is just cutting directly back to net. He feels LionBlaze coming to challenge him, and he knows that quick plays will be the answer. LionBlaze with 0 boost all the way out to the midfield, maintaining his supersonic, and can't use it to slow down Daniel. LionBlaze just keep it simple, stupid sometimes. Daniel, I should say, as he just cuts the ball and taps it high on net and fast. Get it there early, get it there well placed, get it there with speed. Maybe you don't need anything else. LionBlaze, normally a defender who wouldn't let anything like that in, but because it happened so quickly off the kickoff, likely wasn't able to adjust in time. All the people who were telling the mods to end the predictions might be glad now that the mods didn't, as more LionBlaze bettors make it so that a potential eventual loss doesn't hurt. I guess you lose all your points either way, so I guess you just don't want anybody to bet on the side of your bet ever. LionBlaze gets a 3rd goal. Daniel missing his challenge around LionBlaze's net. Cosmic looking really good. I did have the Cosmic games all on Rizzo's stream today, but Cosmic is certainly a player that could make his way into the playoffs today with some solid performances. Daniel is quite the tough start to gauge him against, but getting a game win against Daniel is something that actually lots of people have done. Thinking about Daniel, and even when he was winning against everybody, we've talked about this before, but he doesn't sweep very often. He doesn't 3-0 people and never show them a sign of life. 3-1 seems to be Daniel's domination scoreline of choice, which always ends up giving some, you know, leeway to the other player. Maybe that's one of the reasons why he has the occasional upset against him despite being a top player, whereas a guy like Rawas, who is absolutely merciless and is definitely a 3-0er almost everybody he plays against, never seems to show a crack in the armor. I really like this Fennec that Daniel's using that I think originally was used by Arsenal. Or, you know, I think Fairy Peak might have used it or something too, but I really like this Fennec design. LionBlaze going back to a classic with the Lone Wolf. Daniel flying like a madman around the ball, doing everything but touch the ball. LionBlaze just turns and dunks this away. You can see some slight camera checks. He's trying to see where is Daniel, how can he get this and turn it into a goal. Never really found an opportunity. Daniel is pretty low on boost though, so LionBlaze chip out to the midfield to get it there as fast as possible. Daniel gets a fortunate spawn, and now it's to defend the LionBlaze dribble. LionBlaze deciding not to do any trickery and just try and take the dribble straight to net. Daniel has that read defensively, and the ball will hit the ground. Game number 1 to Daniel in a best of 5. LionBlaze is bringing it out. Game number 2. We actually, I think, saw him win a series with the breakouts. Who did he bring the breakout against recently? Must have been in the fall 5K. I can't remember if he scored or not. What is this angle? This is just a mean angle. I want to watch it again from Daniel's perspective, but... Oh! What is that angle? It was as mean as I thought. That's not possible. No, Ox, none of this easy in chat. That was a filthy angle. That's just not... There was no chance to shoot there. But apparently there was, because Daniel found it. We watched it the first time from LionBlaze's perspective, and it felt ridiculous. But I'm glad that I went and confirmed it was absolutely ridiculous by watching it from Daniel's perspective. Oh, LionBlaze a bit overzealous there, because I think Daniel made a really big mistake and gave Lion a free opportunity, and if he took a moment there, probably would have been able to get a touch that led to a goal. Instead, he sent it to the back wall, and now Daniel has been able to retake possession. I say that, not really. It just forces Lion into the corner. Lion sees Daniel high on the wall and has got to think, what is this guy doing? And yet still, he can't collect the ball fast enough to punish him for it. Daniel tried to pre-jump the opposite corner, and I tell you what, if you're LionBlaze and you're going to place top left like that, collect and place top right, I mean, you keep doing this time like over and over again, there's no way Daniel keeps you out forever. You make him save both corners constantly, it's going to break through eventually. This time it breaks through on just the second attempts, and this is a bad kickoff loss for Lion. And Daniel knew he was own goaling, so he just pulled off, which is quite the move from him. I guess because Lion maybe could bump Daniel or something by some miracle, and if Daniel comes to touch it, the Rube Goldberg of hitting each other could maybe lead to the ball not going in. Instead, Daniel just turns away and lets Lion slam in the own goal. Lion ties it right back up, though. The Lion is blazing. Why have I never heard someone say that before? Daniel somehow doesn't get scored on here after missing a wave dash to the midfield. And then he turns it into a goal himself. What am I watching? This just seemed like a big mistake as he doesn't land a wave dash. LionBlaze turns to take control. No, Daniel, it was all part of the plan. And he finds a way to get his 120 km/h boomer of a long shot. LionBlaze, slow roll, and he ends up taking it directly to net. Doesn't get much easier than that. Daniel trying to jump and rotate such that he could actually force the ball out, but you have to give it some kind of angle away from the net. LionBlaze is there to muscle it in. You know, there is something to be said about the way Daniel plays 1v1. You know, I think there are times when he does legitimately troll. I think players who, if you watch all of his games on our channel, then you know the games in which he probably trolled a little bit. But he does just have a bit of a flow-like 1v1 style that can leave people guessing and almost look like he's trolling when really he's just basically being very creative in ones. Daniel right now, snake dribble. Gets him a fourth. I also think playing that way, even though Daniel does tilt a lot, playing that way can sometimes be tilt protection, because you can almost blame mistakes on, you know, these unorthodox movements you're making and just say, you know, it's because I'm playing like this that I maybe got scored on, and, you know, you're able to shake it off easier. But Daniel is certainly not tilt-proof, though. LionBlaze just going to roll the ball directly at net. I mean, we talked about interesting defensive movement from Daniel. Kind of a missed wave dash, and then forced to make an awkward save on the goal line. Wait, you've heard? Here, I've heard somewhere that a certain player who's good at ones wins 9 times for every retry. Do you know who's that? Well, what are you talking about? I don't know what that message means. Daniel retaking the lead. Daniel, just a quick shot off the wall. Gonna get credited with a shot, but LionBlaze not credited with a save, which I think is the game admitting that they made a mistake, that the ball wasn't really on target. Daniel, interception. Can he catch and turn it in to a scoring attempt? He does so by cutting back out to midfield and then just shooting high. The ball crosses the goal line with power, 96 kilometers per hour, and LionBlaze cannot react in time. Which player do you think has the most not trying looking play style? Interesting. It's a tough question. Every once in a while, players will not try for various reasons. LionBlaze going to get a low 50. And then, of course, those players are the players who look like it the most. But in terms of players who are doing their best to win but look like they're not trying, that's a tough question. There are players like that. Oh, almost Nupo. I think Nupo is one of the ones that comes to mind. You see him and the way he plays in some of his show matches, it's just like, are you just caring about driving fast? Are you forgetting that you also need to win the show match at times? Because it just seems like all that matters to him is speed. Dark just looks like he's freestyling. I wouldn't know if he's looking like he's not trying. Ooh, Daniel. Interesting approach. He decided to attack the ball immediately as he came back to this one instead of going to net. And I think that has to be under the assumption that LionBlaze is not going to take an immediate shot. You think Evo is more trolly? That's definitely true. But Evo's just prone to troll a series, I think, more than just when he's tryharding. LionBlaze, air dribble bump. Daniel escapes it. Sends it to the corner. Daniel able to play keep away here, but LionBlaze does get control of the ball. Daniel with not a ton of boost, but even that single flip felt like it got LionBlaze worrying, and he touched the ball to the side wall early. LionBlaze catch and keep this up. Daniel elects to grab boost instead of maybe challenging him and preventing him from ever catching it in the first place. He goes all the way to the goal line. He makes the save, and it does hit the ground. So Daniel, a 2-0 lead against LionBlaze. Trying to make light work of Pool A. He's doing well so far. LionBlaze is going to try a new car. He's in the Dominus for game number 3. Daniel sticking with the same Fennec that got him the first 2 game wins. Why change now? I learned that the Breakout apparently has its own hitbox, is what chat was telling me. Is that true? I never actually verified, so chat could have been trolling the whole time when LionBlaze played it in the Fall 5K. But now he's in the Dominus. Daniel demoed off the map, but not until after he grabs the boost, which just forced LionBlaze out to the midfield to get his 100. He can't collect it and take what looked like an imminent flick before Daniel's able to challenge. Take it away. Tried to get a little pre-flip scoop underneath the ball. Actually, see what he was going for there in order to keep it out of LionBlaze's reach, but basically got like a reset on the ball instead, which kind of throws you down to the ground at times. LionBlaze is going to be gifted a goal. This is a very interesting play. Daniel takes the boost in the corner and then hovers on the back wall, and he has to avoid a bump attempt, I guess, is the reason why he drives so far out there in the final moments. Daniel wall to air dribble. Reset off the back wall to make sure LionBlaze doesn't get a touch, and he actually aimed immediately for the demo. We've seen a lot of players do that. It's kind of almost an interesting meta of the air dribble game developing, where you don't shoot your reset at all because you have to keep it away from the defender. You just slam it off the backboard, then you throw off ball cam and immediately set your sights on a demo. Land back down and bump the defender, then take a shot on an open net. I mean, we've seen that play happen a few times recently. LionBlaze, though, Dominus seems to be the answer as he flicks over the top of Daniel and gets a second goal. Early shot for LionBlaze. Daniel clears it, able to gain control. I think he felt like LionBlaze was going to chase him down to the side wall, so he tried to surprise him and cut it in field. Didn't work out. Lion was still there, but the continuation goes in his favor. He gets his first goal. Interesting front flip kickoff from LionBlaze. I feel like Daniel must have saw that LionBlaze was delaying it. I don't know what Daniel did on his side of the ball. It's definitely something unique. Now Daniel dribble from his own box, reset near the goal line. LionBlaze has the save, and Daniel's gonna retreat all the way back to his net. LionBlaze, I mean, he has been able to just farm way too many goals this way, where Daniel backs off, and then all LionBlaze has to do is get a little bit of movement on it near the goal. Daniel can't react because Daniel's just not attacking the ball at all. He's trying to play a purely shadow reaction defense, and LionBlaze is too smart to play into that. If LionBlaze flicks far away from net or just shoots from a position anywhere deeper, then Daniel just going to control it and, you know, make it look really easy. But LionBlaze is doing the correct thing and waiting to make his outplay touch really close to the net and not giving time for Daniel to react. This is a great shot from Daniel. Reset off the bounce, and LionBlaze can't intercept it. Daniel electing not to make any sort of flip to try and win the goal line 50. Ball to air dribble. Ceiling reset for Daniel. Waits on the goal line. LionBlaze is able to cover low. Seemed like Daniel was certainly going to be able to sneak it underneath. But LionBlaze keeps it out. Daniel now with absolutely no boost. And if LionBlaze knew it, he would be able to punish him for sure. He still is going to punish him. Daniel was never going to be able to get to that ball with 13. But he almost convinced LionBlaze to back off. 4-2, a minute 25. LionBlaze has a tough task ahead of him. Trying to reverse sweep Daniel is not easy, but also not impossible, as apparently Jack proved in an even much tougher context of a best of 7. But how about before we talk about reverse sweeping, we talk about winning this game, because Daniel able to intercept this flick and collect it to put himself within 1. Minute 10 left to go. Daniel wall dashing back to collect this ball in the corner. An outplay far away from the net and an easy goal. LionBlaze has certainly mixed it up from what he was doing at the start of the day, which was to kind of almost camp in net on all his defensive attempts. Now he has come out and tried some early challenges as well, but they haven't been the answer. Daniel, full field dribble, or not full field, but midfield. Ball to air dribble. LionBlaze, this has the power. It's likely going to be a goal. Yeah, Daniel just peels away. Credit to LionBlaze for a solid save, and he's rewarded with a goal. Up to meet the ball early to make sure it has the power for Daniel not to be able to reach it. LionBlaze scooping up the midfield boost, getting a demo and the backfield. So 35 seconds. What does LionBlaze do? Does he take the ball to Daniel? He's ultimately going to. Goes for a very safe bounce dribble. And never actually shoots, just protects the ball. Daniel's going to have a great opportunity here. But it's going to be all about recovering ways. It's just directly in. It's just directly in. Daniel doesn't even need to touch it again. LionBlaze ends up taking this air dribble. And I'm sure he felt like he was playing it safe. Just trying to 50 on the goal line, but Daniel takes a long shot. He actually lobs it directly into LionBlaze, who is far above the ball. Delayed kickoff for LionBlaze. Daniel threatening a bump attempt maybe as he retreats back to the ball, which is why LionBlaze panics and leaves so quickly. Daniel is going to get a shot attempt to end this game. LionBlaze pops it. Daniel able to keep it up. Not the best first touch. LionBlaze, though, does he have anything to work with? He would have had a goal. If this wasn't a 0-second play, that was about to bounce right into LionBlaze's hands for a freebie. But it was a 0-second, so Daniel still alive. Tie game in overtime. 1 goal away from a nice clean sweep over LionBlaze. And every game matters. Every game matters because in the context of tiebreakers, game differential is that first tiebreaker. So getting a sweep is as good as it gets for Daniel right now. Popping the ball up for LionBlaze's save to the back wall. LionBlaze only 16 boosts to work with, and he is trying to save every last bit of it. Has 24 now. Daniel popping the ball high. He's trying to get LionBlaze to use that last bit of boost, and he might have convinced him to do so as Lion tried to win the race to the corner. Daniel immediately cutting back to net. He thought he saw LionBlaze prioritizing that corner boost over defending his net, so he tried to punish and he did not. LionBlaze actually turned in towards the ball and towards Daniel, bumped him, and got an opportunity. Daniel is going to throw a GG, and he is hopping into a new car, presumably, for game number 4. It's not going to be a sweep for Daniel. LionBlaze found the answer in the Dominus. Who would have guessed it? LionBlaze moving off of the Dominus after using it to win game 3. He's going to hop into the Octane, maybe as a chess move to counter Daniel's switch. But this has become the card to switch to when you lose a game. Am I crazy? Or does every Rocket League 1v1 player, after they lose a game, decide they have to bring out the Carmine Corp Fennec? What a save. That was an insane flick from Lion. And a save to match it. Daniel trying to attack from the corner. Does not find a great shot attempt. You know LionBlaze is going to take this ball to the ground. That's where he wants to play from. Zane ends up turning it in for a flick. He does a good job of protecting the ball all the way to the ground, though. Daniel can't turn and take it. He knows that LionBlaze isn't going to take a wall terror dribble, but he also knows that there's nothing he can do about it. If he tries to go prevent it once LionBlaze is already on ball, they pop off the wall to put it over the top of a greedy defender is just too easy. So LionBlaze brings it all the way to the ground. The moment that to challenge is probably right as it hits ground. There's usually a window that a defender can no longer perfectly cover it. But you definitely cannot meet them up on the side wall where they'll be able to push it past you with ease. Daniel, slow roll with the Fennec. Ah, yes. The camera shake method of trying to force the 50. Everybody knows that if you're shaking your camera, your car becomes harder to 50 against. Daniel using the reset to catch and chip the ball to the opposite corner and a bit outside. It's a great bounce here as LionBlaze does not connect with any portion of the ball. Decides to turn in shadow. He might have had a chance if he just dove. If LionBlaze dove here as he wave dashed off the wall, he could have maybe stopped Daniel's offense. He decided instead to go for a pad pickup and a turn in shadow. That also did not work. It's tough because he's in a bad spot no matter what. Daniel wins the 50, and oh my goodness, he missed. Thought he was about to turn in a third goal. Daniel demoed. LionBlaze ties the game. Daniel was going to try and pressure Lion. He's able to single jump past that, grab the boost, and play the reverse card. Daniel does not score on the low 50 and also does not take Lion's corner boost, so Lion on offense now. And he is looking to sneak it in, and he does! Banking on the fact that Daniel is prepping for a take across the net. That is not what LionBlaze does. He says, I see a little window to sneak it in behind you, and that's where I'll put it. 3-2 for Lion. Daniel off the kickoff win, trying to force it through LionBlaze on the goal line. Another shot high. LionBlaze sends it off the crossbar. Gives it a good amount of power out to the midfield such that he can catch back up to the play. Daniel, really strong touch up the back wall. He is trying to punish LionBlaze for following him so deep into the blue half, but he wasn't able to do so. He is aggressive as he is looking to try and tie this game back up. LionBlaze, and very gladly, I think, will take this trade. They're both going to rush back out to the ball. It's basically a kickoff. We got a new possession, and it's going to go slightly in favor of Daniel as he has 100 boost now. His air dribble, he's going to go for an angle high on the wall. His other option was probably to try and bump Lion. Air dribble now for Daniel. From the back corner. First touch reset is something that we see from him a lot, and he got a ton of movement. He prioritized getting all the way around the ball so that his shot would head to the post, but LionBlaze covered it nonetheless. It has been Daniel on offense for about a minute straight, it feels, trying to tie this game up, and LionBlaze just will not let him. LionBlaze's first chance at offense is a very weak shot. Handing the ball right back to Daniel. My game is freezing again. Somebody told me that this happens now in Rocket League, and I guess it's the second time that it's happened for me. LionBlaze gets a fourth. Daniel not able to score that air dribble. I want to say that it might be my new camera turning off. That might be what makes the game freeze. Because I want to say I watched it die in that moment. Daniel. Air dribble. Uses the reset to keep it away from LionBlaze, but also keep it away from the net. LionBlaze. It is starting to become a possible outcome for him, it feels, with 40 seconds left to go and a 2-goal lead. But most importantly, the fact that he has just become a brick wall as far as Daniel's shot attempts. Of course, as I say that, I've cursed him, and Daniel does eventually break through, but it has been a huge drought for Daniel up until this moment. 35 seconds for him to try and find something. Does win this kickoff, soft touch so that he can catch it after grabbing boost into an air dribble. He's going to pull off the ball, try and 50 it. LionBlaze does keep it out, but he's not going to be able to keep it out forever. Does recover to this one, and he is being very awkward around this ball, and that's because he knows he has to make a play on it, but he also knows that there's not really a great touch he can make to just not put it right back in Daniel's hands where he could score. So he tried to go for a cheeky, soft touch that Daniel does read and taps in for the tying goal. So all that time on defense against Daniel, keeping him out, and just like that, Daniel ties it up. And in fact, he's got a great opportunity. What a smooth catch into this air dribble. Can he get the angle? No way, Daniel! He finds the craziest offense in the final moments. LionBlaze was not letting anything in, but you can't help but have that one go. The double off the back wall and the bouncing in on the tight angle. 4 seconds. Daniel trying to get the 3-1 scoreline that he is known for. Touch off the backboard. Can LionBlaze get underneath this one? He cannot. Daniel gets the win. 3-1 over LionBlaze. 2-0 in the pool. LionBlaze 0-2. Has one last chance to stay alive.